meant to get instant feedback and solutions. Wake Up Guyana, only on Kaieteur Radio. Kaieteur Radio, the radio with a difference.
Kaieteur Radio, keeping you informed.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1 FM.
Burbies 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio.
Good evening and welcome to this evening's newscast right here on Kaieteur Radio. I am Kevin Smith. Let's get to the news in detail. It is clear that experience and a proven track record in a particular area are critical qualities to consider before giving a person or a company an important job to do. Furthermore, if an individual would consider these two factors in their decision-making process, then it is expected that the government would do the same. Unfortunately, this is not always the case. So said expert on oil sector corruption Alexander Gillies. In regards to Senegal's petroleum industry, Gillies said that the administration, that is led by President Macky Sall, gave away two of his nation's most prime offshore gas fields to a company that has zero experience, much less a proven track record of safe development of such resources. The country then lost billions of dollars. Gillies said companies of this sort are clearly not qualified to own oil and gas assets. She stressed that it is a glaring red flag that always warrants scrutiny by civil society. Meanwhile, it has been 7 years since Mid-Atlantic Oil and Gas registered as a company and 5 years since it was awarded the Kanji oil block. It is now 2020 and Mid-Atlantic is not stabilized itself at an office space and its website is still under construction. This paints a fair picture of the company entrusted by the Donald Ramotar administration with the job of developing one of Ghana's most lucrative oil blocks, now estimated to hold 5.1 billion oil equivalent barrels, worth more than $200 billion even by today's depressed oil prices. Meanwhile, Mid-Atlantic received the Kanji block without demonstrating the requisite assets, proven track record, and finances to acquire and develop such a block. Contending that from the inception of SARA was not crafted with the best interest of the people in mind, Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Anil Nandlal announced yesterday that a decision has been taken to close the operations. Nandlal noted that letters were dispatched yesterday terminating the employment of the agency's staff. He pointed out that the agency has achieved nothing in 5 years, but gobbled up close to $1 billion Guyana in public funds in salaries, wages, rent, and operational expenses. In other news, police last evening responded to a distress call after gunshots were heard after bandits invaded the Ego Chinese supermarket located at Melanie on the east coast of Demerara. Neighbors recalled hearing shots being fired sometime after 19 hours. According to eyewitnesses, 4 gunmen were seen entering the building. They attacked a Chinese national and dealt him a blow to the head with a gun and began demanding cash. Nevertheless, the prompt response by police, backed up by heavily armed guards, almost foiled their plans. We were told that the men managed to escape before the cops arrived, but not before stealing some cash and ripped out a security camera along with its DVR. And moving on, the River and Sea Defense Unit have put a hold on all structures to be erected at the Charity Sea Defense River Dam in Region 2. That is Pomeroon Supernam, until a new board for the unit is appointed. The halt comes after the unit was called to investigate persons illegally erecting structures on the river dam, preventing the flow of traffic in the area, and as well as businessmen constructing their own private wharves. Detectives from the Guyana Police Force will soon expect a detailed report from the 5-member Regional Security System team, which who provided assistance to investigators with their probe into the gruesome murders of 3 West Coast Berbice teens, an incident that sparked nationwide protest action. Providing this update on the sidelines of an event today was Commissioner Nigel Hoppy, who said that the team concluded their stint and departed Guyana last week. However, whether the details of their report will be made public remains unclear. In other news, pensioners will receive 10 cubic meters of water free of charge from GWI, according to its newly appointed CEO, Sheikh Baksh. Baksh disclosed that in another section of the media that the measures fall under the PPP government's budgetary provisions and their campaign promise to provide pensioners with better incentives. In other news, 25-year-old Kester Bowen, a Lance Corporal of the GDF, was today granted bail in the sum of $20,000 for assaulting a police constable. Bowen was caught on camera last Friday beating the constable, identified as Wilson. The constable had reportedly instructed him to pull over his car after he switched lanes and caused a major traffic congestion along the Mears-Organ Public Road on the western side of the Demerara Harbour Bridge. And that brings us to the end of this evening's newscast. I am Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening. Coming up next is your COVID, that should be the National Outlook with GHK Lal. We'd like to remind you to practice social distancing, sanitize your hands often, and keep your face mask on. Thank you for listening.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.
Get ready for the best in Indian mix to make your Thursday night just right. Tune in to Kaieteur Radio 99.1, 99.